This gadget is a shape-shifting clay. As long as you apply it to your body, the clay can become a part of you. Nobita first used it to prank Doraemon. Then, he transformed directly into a muscular man. When Sunio saw the shape-shifting clay, he couldn't wait to try it himself. With Nobita's help, Sunio instantly turned into a long-legged heartthrob. Looking at his slender legs, Sunio was extremely satisfied. When Shizuka saw the clay's magical effects, she also came to Nobita's house out of curiosity. Shizuka wanted to make her nose a little more upturned. John, standing nearby, interjected and said, "Shizuka, your nose is already cute. Why not make some other parts stand out instead?" Shizuka told John to be quiet, and began her transformation. Finally, she finished. Shizuka was very pleased. John and Doraemon quickly said, "You're welcome." At that moment, an unexpected guest arrived at the door. It turned out that Fat Tiger had been listening to everything outside. He asked if he could try the clay as well. Fat Tiger was very pleased with his muscular body, and couldn't wait to join the wrestling tournament. Meanwhile, John and Doraemon went outside, and saw their neighbors moving. The two of them exchanged a smile, and quickly ran over to offer help. But after just carrying a couple of steps, they were already out of breath. Then Doraemon remembered. The muscles made from clay are only decorative. They aren't real muscles. John said, "Why didn't you say so earlier?" At that moment, Sunio wobbled over, complaining that walking with those long legs was extremely inconvenient. Shizuka also ran over, saying, "Everyone is calling me Pinocchio. Hurry up and turn us back." Just then, they heard that the wrestling tournament was about to start. When they saw Fat Tiger step onto the stage, they rushed over immediately. Doraemon said, "Fat Tiger will probably get beaten badly." Sure enough, the clay muscles looked impressive but were useless in reality. No matter how Fat Tiger attacked, the man didn't move an inch. Then the man tried to counterattack, locking Fat Tiger, who was lying on the ground. He thought Fat Tiger would give up from the pressure, but Fat Tiger didn't feel a thing. The man's expression changed. He tried a different move, but Fat Tiger still didn't feel any pain. Doraemon explained from the side, "Because the muscles are made of clay, Fat Tiger can't feel any pain. No matter what moves the opponent uses, he won't feel a thing." The helpless man had no choice but to admit defeat. In the end, Fat Tiger won the championship with his real strength. Nobita was acting unusually today. No matter who approached him, he reacted with extreme resistance. Even when his mom asked him to answer the phone, he dared to call her a liar. His mom was so furious that she lost her temper on the spot. Only then did Nobita go downstairs to pick up the phone. On the other end, Sunio said he was going to give Nobita his comics and game console, and asked him to come pick them up. Nobita was so angry that he hung up immediately. At the same time, John found Nobita. He said he had baked too many cakes to eat alone, and wanted to share some with Nobita, inviting him over. Nobita completely ignored him and just turned away. It turned out that today was April Fool's Day. In previous years, Nobita had always been pranked, becoming the laughingstock of everyone for the whole year. So this year, Nobita decided not to trust anyone. In response, Doraemon took out the 1000 Needles badge. As long as you wore this badge, no matter who lied, that person would be forced to make the lie come true. Nobita immediately put on the 1000 Needles badge, and went mom, asking her to lie to him. His mom casually said she would give him 1000 extra yen in allowance. The moment she spoke, the badge took effect. Her body moved on its own, walking over to the cabinet and taking out her wallet. She actually gave the money to Nobita. Nobita immediately wanted to get back at John and Sunio. Meanwhile, the two boys were waiting for Nobita to fall for it. Nobita approached with a silly grin. They thought he wouldn't really believe it, right? Nobita pretended to be clueless and asked them what they had said. The two obediently repeated their lie. Suddenly, the 1000 Needles badge glowed. The boys froze in surprise. Then their bodies started moving uncontrollably. No matter how much John resisted, his body wouldn't listen. He wandered into the cake shop, hesitated for a moment, and eventually paid for the cakes. Sunio was just the same. Unable to control himself, he immediately carried out a box of comics and games. Both had no choice but to hand everything over to Nobita. Nobita played with them until evening. At that moment, Shizuka rushed over in a panic. She nervously told Nobita, "Someone seems to have broken into your house." Nobita was shocked. The 1000 Needles badge activated again. Shizuka suddenly felt like her body wouldn't listen. She actually ran to Nobita's house to steal things. Nobita looked at her in confusion. "Shizuka, what are you doing?" Shizuka replied, "I don't even know what I'm doing." Doraemon told Nobita to quickly take off the badge, but in his panic, Nobita couldn't remove it. Shizuka was still carrying Nobita's house full of junk, refusing to let go. The scene was so embarrassing that the usually quiet Shizuka felt she couldn't face anyone. The three perfect sons were seriously discussing swapping moms. Doraemon pulled out the family swap box. All you had to do was put pictures of the moms and kids inside, and you could swap. He shuffled the photos randomly and handed them out. In the end, Nobita got Shizuka's mom, Shizuka got Sunio's mom, and Sunio got Nobita's mom. After the swap, Nobita and Doraemon went to Shizuka's house. Nobita suddenly remembered he forgot his homework. He hurried back to his own house, but now, it was Sunio's new home. Nobita's mom greeted him warmly, asking why he was there. Nobita had no choice but to awkwardly excuse himself. Pushed back to Shizuka's house by Doraemon, Nobita still hesitated to go inside. It wasn't until Shizuka's mom opened the door that she finally called them in. Sunio, visiting Nobita's house, also felt a little uneasy. After all, Nobita had been kicked out by his mom earlier that day. To Sunio's surprise, Nobita's mom didn't scold him at all. She even had him wash his hands before letting him enjoy the snacks in the cabinet. Sunio thought, Nobita's mom really isn't so bad after all. Shizuka also noticed a different kind of treatment at Sunio's house. Sunio's mom gave her some allowance, and even apologized for her earlier impulsiveness. Shizuka realized that Sunio's mom was actually very nice. Nobita, on the other hand, couldn't relax at Shizuka's house. He saw Shizuka Shizuka's mom cleaning, so he went over to help. This completely surprised her. While helping, Nobita accidentally bumped into Doraemon, knocking over a bucket of water. He got completely soaked and expected to be scolded, but instead, Shizuka's mom immediately checked if he was hurt. She even told him to quickly change his clothes. The only problem was, the clothes she handed him were Shizuka's. Nobita only realized after changing that he was wearing a skirt. Seeing this, Doraemon quickly dragged him away. The three friends met up again to share their experiences from swapping moms. Nobita said Shizuka's mom apologized for the piano lesson incident. Shizuka admitted that she also had been wrong. She said Sunio's mom gave him allowance as compensation. Sunio, however, cried and said that Nobita also had things to reflect on. They all looked up at the sky, thinking of their moms' smiling faces. They realized their moms were ordinary people too, who sometimes lost their temper over misunderstandings. At that moment, they saw John helping his mom carry things, even though he was exhausted. Perked up the moment he heard she was making curry for dinner. The friends felt a little guilty. Doraemon suggested swapping the moms back, and everyone agreed. Back at home, Nobita hesitated to go inside. Once he confirmed everything had returned to normal, he finally pushed the door open, but he saw Shizuka's mom there, looking puzzled. Suddenly, Nobita's mom erupted in anger. She demanded to know why he had left his underwear in Shizuka's room. Nobita's face turned bright red instantly. Doraemon pulled down Nobita's pants, and, sure enough, he was wearing Shizuka's underwear. Now, Nobita had no idea how he would ever face his future mother-in-law. As a beam of light swept over Nobita and Doraemon, their appearances didn't change, but to everyone else, their identities had swapped. Now Nobita was Doraemon, and Doraemon was Nobita. Nobita's mom pushed the door open and started scolding Doraemon. "What time is it? If you don't go to school now, you'll be late again." Realizing what was happening, Doraemon slung his backpack over his shoulders and hurried off toward school. But no matter how hard his little legs tried, he just couldn't run fast. By the time he finally huffed and puffed to school, he was late again. This made the teacher furious once more. During class, the teacher gave a tough problem. Sunio, who was called on, couldn't solve it, and simple-minded John was even worse. Doraemon eagerly raised his hand and gave the correct answer. Seeing Nobita show off in class, John and Sunio were furious. As soon as class ended, they wanted to give Nobita a good scolding. Meanwhile, Nobita, not have to go to school, was at home reading comics. Suddenly, a little cat appeared at the door. Nobita finally realized that he was now Doraemon. The little cat wanted Nobita to follow it. Apparently, the other two kittens had gotten into a fight. The little cat asked Nobita to come and mediate. After some friendly persuasion from Nobita, the fight finally came to an end. Nobita went home and treated his scratches. Just as he was about to lie down and rest, Nobita's mom came with a list of chores. Not only did he have to wash clothes, scrub walls, and rake leaves, but he even had to repair the roof. By the time Nobita finished all the work, he was exhausted. He had never realized how much Doraemon usually helped around the house. After school, Doraemon wanted to join the baseball team, but John flat out rejected him. Determined, Doraemon started special training for himself. Even in pouring rain, he didn't rest. He practiced his swings tirelessly in the rain. Shizuka, watching from the side, was deeply moved. She couldn't believe Nobita could work this hard. On the day of the game, Doraemon confidently stepped up to bat. The pitcher threw the baseball with all his might. Doraemon swung decisively and sent the ball flying. He ran the bases as fast as he could. At the final moment, he leaped and successfully reached the base. John and Sunio couldn't help cheering for him. He became the star of the game. Nobita quietly watched from the side. Later, the two of them went to an empty lot to rest. After a few days of swapping lives, both had come to understand how hard the other's life was. Suddenly, Shizuka ran over. She handed Doraemon some cookies she had made herself. Doraemon was a little overwhelmed by the gesture. Seeing Shizuka's expression and then looking at Doraemon's love-struck face, Nobita realized something was wrong. Oh no, he thought, if I don't switch back soon, Shizuka might just get swept off by Doraemon.